The biggest reason to do the Ravel Left Hand Concerto is that it's an incredible piece. It's a unique piece of music in the repertoire, not only because it's for the left hand, but for musical reasons. It was actually written at the same time as the G major concerto, but they're totally different animals, totally different beasts. And the Left Hand Concerto is a dark, incredibly intense and beautiful piece. And it just happens to be for the left hand. And so it's a great pleasure to do it. Well, it's an interesting experience because, as a pianist who uses both of my hands most of the time, it's rare to play a piece which is only for the left hand. So I would say that the preparation is quite different because you have to build up the stamina for playing an entire concerto with your left hand only. Because whenever you play a concerto, there's a certain amount of confrontation between the soloist and the orchestra. So it takes quite a lot of power to kind of step up to the orchestra, especially when it's a large, full orchestra of 100 people or 120 people. And to do it with one hand alone takes a lot of power and a lot of subtlety at the same time. So it really, I would compare it almost to an Olympic kind of training. You have to build up the stamina and get used to the kind of power that you need to pull out for this piece. Well, Ravel is the greatest master of orchestral color, and we see that in so many pieces like Bolero or Daphnis and Chloe, and he's really a virtuoso orchestrator. So you hear that from the very opening of the piece where we have the double bassoon, the counter bassoon, contrabassoon, what they call, starting at the very lowest range of the instrument. And in fact, that opening kind of mirrors the idea of the left hand as something which explores the deepest registers of sound. So you hear this opening with the double basses and the double bassoon, and throughout the piece, you'll hear an incredible range of color, not only in the woodwinds, but also in terms of percussion instruments. Even the writing for strings, he divides the strings into different sections within each section, uses a lot of harmonics. So the range of colors is really kaleidoscopic. It's a real pleasure to be back with the Pittsburgh Symphony. It's such a great orchestra, one of my favorite orchestras, and it's a delight to be able to play this piece with them, and it's a delight to be working with Maestro Noseda. We just had our first rehearsal today, and the way he coaxes the best out of the orchestra is really fantastic. So I think there's a great chemistry between Maestro and the orchestra, and I'm delighted to be a part of this.